here we are. We got Trey Smith of the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me.
Just tell us about the body. How's the body feeling? You had some back and ankle injuries.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
A lot better, man. You know, getting enough time this offseason, really recover, focusing on stretching, and anything I can do to basically maximize myself, you know, the short window I have to be as best as I can.
We go way back. I remember when you were in Jackson, Tennessee. You were this hot shot recruit. Everybody wanted you. Yeah. Mississippi, I think, offered you when you were like 12 years old.
Yeah, man, real early.
So Butch Jones is the head coach. He calls me. He says, you got to call Trey Smith. You got to help us get this guy. What do you recollect about that time in your life and pulling the trigger on going to Tennessee?
Yeah, man, I always wanted to be a football player. You know, my dad, anytime I'd go back to his old high school, talk about how good of a player he was. So as a young kid, I knew I wanted to play ball. I didn't think about the NFL. I thought about playing SEC football, being honest with you, man. And, man, just whenever I got my first offer, like 13, Ole Miss, Hugh Freeze sits my family down. Never forget it. My mom's in the seat next to me. My dad's across. Coach Freeze is right there. And I had a good camp, you know, but I was young. And he's paid a lot of attention to me. Brought me in his office just like, you know, son, you had a great camp. We like who you are as a person. We're going to give you a scholarship offer. My mom and I just started laughing at him like, this guy doesn't know how old this kid is. My dad looks like he saw a ghost. He's just pale, basically, and just sweating. And just like, he understood, no, this guy's serious. So at that point, you know, my recruitment just kept taking off and getting offers everywhere. Number one recruit on ESPN. Was just like, man, this is wild. And, you know, I decided to go to Tennessee because I knew it was home. I looked at it as a 40-year decision instead of a 4-year decision. And, you know, once I made that decision, to me, it's the best one I ever made in my life. You know, I don't regret it at all. We didn't have as much success as I wanted to, but, man, I love Tennessee. I love the Volunteers. I love Knoxville. It's a special place.
You're an interesting story. I go back to coach the Raiders, of all places, and you had some medical history coming out of Tennessee, even though you were the chosen one. You're an All-American player. You're a top 5 recruit in the country. You go in the 6th round, man.
Yes, sir.
You were off a lot of teams' board medically. You were off our board.
Yeah.
And I see Andy Reid take you in the 6th round. I'll never forget it. I went out in my car, and I slammed my hand in the car door. I was really pissed because I knew what kind of player you were. But maybe go back to being a 6th round pick, having these questions about your medical history. That's a lot of adversity.
Yeah. And
you had to have some mental toughness to get through that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I remember my agents, Jimmy Sexton and Tory Dandy at the time. We knew coming into it wouldn't be a first rounder, probably 2nd round, 3rd round latest. And remember when the draft started rolling on, day one, whole family's there. I'm just like, yo, I ain't going day one, but I enjoy the food. Day 2 comes around, I'm sort of rubbing my hands like, okay, this is the day I'm getting picked. And day comes, day goes. I remember just being so frustrated that night thinking, man, you know, I came back to Tennessee to get my degree, you know, and obviously to play in the NFL, I made a promise to my mom, the late Dorsetta Smith. And, you know, obviously when it didn't happen, I was just so upset. Like, why does this keep happening to me, you know? And I remember that 3rd day, get a call from a coach. He's like, we're going to bring you on basically like a free agent, undrafted free agent deal. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I just need one opportunity. Just give me a damn opportunity. I'll make something happen. And, you know, 15 minutes later, I get a call, and it's a Kansas City number. It's a team doctor, and I pick it up and just like, all right, whatever. It's another, like, you know, another undrafted opportunity. And he calls just like, hey, man, I told you I'd give you a call. And I was like, I literally answered like this, like, yeah, what do you want? And he played it off well. He's just like, well, I'm here to tell you we're making the newest member of the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Clark Hunt. And then when Mr. Hunt hopped on the phone, I was like, oh, shit, this is real. Got real serious, you know, and that's when the emotions sort of hit me. You know what I mean? Like, man, here I have this opportunity. Let's go make something up. I just need one. I remember getting to the Chiefs, man. It was a veteran-heavy room, offensive line especially. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, man, the odds of getting playing time might be pretty low, but I'm gonna work my ass off and just see what happens. And, you know, obviously I got the opportunity, but, you know, that first year I had a chip on my shoulder that, you know, all these teams that passed on me, all these teams that didn't think I could do it. I went across the country, different medical professionals and specialists, man. I did everything I could to get this opportunity. It still didn't pan out for a lot of people to believe in me. So anytime I stepped on the field, and even to this day, I want people to regret that shit. You know, like, you passed on me. You didn't think I could do it. You didn't believe in us. And you know what? I'm now here doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of rock stars on your team in Kansas City, Mahomes and Kelsey. And, you know, you got a lot of great players. You're doing commercials, man. You're the highest paid guard in history until the Cowboys gave their guy a little bit more than you. But what's that like being in a commercial for a guard. I mean, you're getting a lot of shit from a lot of people, I assume.
Yeah, in the room it's tough.
Yeah.
It's different as an old lineman, man. We're not supposed to be in the shine, the spotlight like that. But, I have a great team with EAG Sports Management. They work their tails off and, they find great opportunities for me. And I think, the game and, just marketing in general is evolving a little bit to give the big guys some shine, as well as anybody else, like the game doesn't happen without the guys up front. And I think for America to start realizing that and give it attention, as O-linemen, we only get highlighted when we mess something up, get a penalty or give up a sack. For us to get a little bit of shine like the skill guys is sort of cool.
You're in forward territory right now, the Chiefs. I mean, you guys go to all these Super Bowls, you win 2 of them, you lose to Philadelphia, and now you're on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah.
You're 6-11. You got a top 10 pick. You're hurt. Mahomes is hurt.
Yeah.
Kelsey's future is in question. Eric Bieniemy's coming back. You got a new offensive coordinator. What's the state of mind right now for the Chiefs and Trey Smith at this point?
Yeah, man, we've had a really well-established system of success, a standard that we've had, and obviously we fell short the past couple of years. And I think the exciting part to me is like, man, we can do something about it, man. We can change it. We can turn this shit around. And for me, I think that's like the best part about it is like as a competitor, it's like, man, this offseason, what can I do better? How can I be healthier? How can I show up every game and be the best version of myself? So this organization, this team can be the best they can be. You know what I mean? It's like you get a little bit of adversity, man. Like it exposes who you are, right? And for me, it's just like I'm excited about the opportunity to go back on that field. I feel like I have something to prove. I know my teammates feel the same way too. And, having EB back, love EB. Obviously, I love what Coach Nags did for us as well. Great guys. And, I'm just excited to go back on that field, man.
What does Bieniemy bring? I mean, you've had him before. He was highly touted, for head coaching jobs. Yeah. But for fans out there, what does Bieniemy bring to the Chiefs?
Intensity. Every single day you step on that field, Coach EB is going to bring it. And he's going to get the best out of you as a player. But also in terms of a person, man, he cares about his players. And that's the cool part about it. Like, he's going to push you on that field. He's going to stress. He's going to make you strain. When he talks about all the time, finish. I can hear him screaming, finish, after every play. Yep. Like, going back to it, I know what level of intensity he's going to bring. And, I'm fired up, man, just to get back to work.
I want to know about what's going on with the left tackle of the Chiefs. I mean, when Donovan Smith was there, you win a Super Bowl, and it's almost been like a turnstile since. I bet you can't even name the 9 left tackles that you guys have played. Tell us about Josh Simmons and what the future of the left tackle looks like on Mahomes' backside.
Yeah, man, I love Josh Simmons, man. That's a talented young kid, and he works his tail off, eager to learn, works hard every day, you know what I mean? And he's a guy that, his ceiling, I mean, he can be so good, man. He does some things you're just like, damn, man, did you know how insanely difficult what you just did and how easy you made it look, and for that, I'm just excited to keep watching him work, man, keep watching him grow and progress. Coach Hack, Coach Matei, they do a great job of making sure we're prepared week in and week out, and the future's bright for that young guy, man, and I'm excited. I want to do anything I can as a veteran to keep helping him excel.
I sit in a dark room back in Florida. I make cut-ups. I got my old tapes, and I make cut-ups, and I make a lot of cut-ups of you and your center. This Creed Humphreys. The two of you guys are fucking badasses in there. Tell me about Creed Humphrey. I know you guys came in 2021, same draft. I know you guys trained together since you're like a sophomore in high school. But when you hit the field with that cat, what's he all about?
Man, he's a dude, man.
Yeah. Like what? Specifically, maybe give me something that makes Creed Humphreys the all-pro center in the NFL.
I think, man, watching Creed, the separator from a lot of guys, and Joe was sort of the same way, the consistency of what they do at a high level. You watch Creed, let's give like an inside zone, the hand placement, the foot drive, being able to leverage somebody on the back block. Pass pro, a lot of times like one-on-ones, he just makes it look easy. And that's really an indicator of a guy who's special, right? Anything that he does, he makes it look easy, makes it look smooth and seamless. And, I've had the honor to be able to play with him, man, and playing next to a center that's a dude, that's a dog that never messes up, declares IDs, everything's running smooth, and he has a certain level of toughness you don't find in players a lot of times nowadays, man. It's been really easy to play next to a guy like that that's that consistent.
It's the combination of power, brains, consistency, and athleticism that really make you two guys a pain in the ass to deal with. I mean, when Tooney was in there with you guys, it was like a fucking law firm, man. But I got 2 blocks right here, Jake. I pulled out 2 of my favorite blocks. This first one is a screen against Denver. You got rid of the defensive tackle, and you come out there against Justin Simmons. Reflect on that in the meeting room when you're talking to the O-line. What were they saying in there?
Holy shit.
That's one of the greatest perimeter blocks ever.
Yeah, man.
But you love getting out on the edge on these quick screens. It's a big part of your offense.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the way Coach Reid does it, the way he breaks it down almost to a science, I haven't had it taught like that before. And, you know, once you get to your landmark, it's easy, man. Just go vertical. Don't deviate. Trust it.
When I was calling plays, our left guard was always our puller. We had Steve Wisniewski in Oakland. We had Richie Incognito. Usually our left guard was our puller. Look at this pull right here against the Jets. You remember this one?
Oh, yeah.
This one. Well, when you pull around the horn as a guard, tell me about your eyes, what you're looking for. And that was a safety, I think, you got up on the second level here.
Yeah.
But what is your mindset when you're a pulling guard on the power play?
Yeah, with this one, man, going to week, obviously a short yardage situation, and Donovan does a great job of just sort of wiping out the left side. When I got across, man, in my mind, I'm thinking get vertical and knock the shit out of anything that shows. So as soon as that safety cleared, man, I'm out of there. You know, just, hey, seek and destroy. Run full speed, just run through his ass.
Metallica, man. I love that. Man. Yes, sir.
Come on.
Gruden Goes Long is presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bet if your bet wins. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Sign up using promo code Gruden. The crown is yours. Now back to the interview. You know, the thing that bothers me, I'm sorry, I got a million questions. I won't keep you, but when you lose to Philadelphia the way you lost, they were a hell of a team now.
Yep.
You play 20 games.
Yep.
You have to be worn out. You've been playing in Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. And then this schedule comes out. And I just want fans to understand, you got to play in Brazil to start the season. Then you got to come home and you're playing Philly, the defending world champions. That's a hell of a way to start the season.
Yes, it was.
But I look at you, you're playing on Thursday on Thanksgiving in Dallas. You're playing Thursday, Christmas Day. You're playing Monday Night Football, and then you're on a short week at Buffalo. This was one of the most difficult schedules on a pro football team I have ever seen. Reflect on that a little bit. Is it fair to get prepared physically and mentally in this league to have a schedule like that?
Man, short answer, no. But high-level answer, it's our job. You know what I mean? And regardless of whether, we can play on the damn asphalt, concrete, whatever it is, put the damn ball down. That's the job, man. That's the requirement. And, obviously it's tough, man, when you look at how your coach is going to set up a schedule, how you're going to practice with a shortened week. And, you fly 12 hours to Brazil. Then on game day, you got to drive 3 hours just to get to the site. And, it's all part of it, man. It's part of the experience. It's all cool. But, at the end of the day, we are professionals. We get well compensated for it. And, it doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's your job and you got to go do it.
But when you play on Sunday and the game is over, and you got to go play at Dallas on Thanksgiving, what real quick, what do you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You don't put pads on.
Yeah.
Do you?
No. You'll be back in the next day. And like I said, Coach Reid is masterful in how he plans it out and makes sure that we're not doing too much, putting too much strain on our bodies, man, that we're able to recover properly. So more of like, with a shortened week, it might be more of like a walkthrough type period or tempo. But he does a great job making sure we're ready and prepared to go.
Andy Reid, he's an old offensive lineman himself.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you've seen any pictures of him, but he was that size when he was 9 years old, man. How is Coach Reid doing? He's a great friend of mine, but can you just maybe give us a quick capsule of what it's like playing for him? Yeah,
man, dude, Coach Reid's the man. He is the man. I've never been around a coach like him in all my years of playing football. And, getting to the Chiefs the first year, watching how he operates, watching how he talks to the guys, man, I think what's really cool and unique is he treats us like men and he expects us to play at a high level. You know what I mean? I always tell people like this, when I don't do my job well or I miss a block and Coach Reid comes over to me like, hey, stop it. Hey, you okay? You good? And I'm just like, okay, I got you, Coach. I feel like I let my grandfather or somebody down, right? I don't want to let Coach Reid down in any capacity because not so much I love the man, right? And I think it's a little bit different where it's not like a fear motivation factor. He's not yelling. He's not cussing us out. I already know he wants the best for me as a player. He wants me to be the best player I can be, the best person I can be. So anytime I step on that field, I don't want to let him down.
You got to go to training camp every year. I went up there and spent a week with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And it was awesome because your defensive line, they can get after your ass, man.
Know it.
And that D-line coach you have, Joe Cullen, he gets those guys ready to go. But I want to know what it's like out there training camp. You got to see number 95.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Jones, you got to see him every day, in and out. You guys are in full pads.
Oh, yeah.
It's not some bullshit practice. A lot of these teams, I call it bullshit practices. I mean, you guys are wearing pads. You guys are having long periods.
Oh, yeah.
And it's you and 95 a lot.
Oh, yeah.
What is it about Jones, Chris Jones, that makes him such a great player?
Yeah, man. Damn, dude. Chris, man, he gave me my welcome to NFL moments in training camp. Being a rookie, trying to block the best defensive tackle in the league is not an easy feat, right? Mm-hmm. Like you just said, factor in heat, the pad, and like you said, we finish every day with long drive drill. So 12 to 18 drills to finish after a long day of practice. And it's hard, man. Chris is unique with his combination of size, speed, and agility. He's not your traditional pass rusher. A lot of O-line coaches, get to your spot, punch, right? Chris wants you to throw your hands and punch. He's going to grab and forklift you. He might just get into a wide 3 or a tight 3, instant inside move, shuttered outside. Like, he has so many different ways he presents it. Go along with Spag's defense, bringing coverage 0, trying to contend with all the different looks you get. But Chris, man, extremely smart as a rusher, too. He knows, if you set a certain way, after about a day, he picks up on it. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. He's great with his counters. A lot of times, man, when you punch him, what's unique to him, too, he keeps moving forward with his feet. He's still gaining ground. We talk about as offensive linemen, you're trying to restart the rusher's feet, right? Yeah. Do something to affect him, have significant contact in your punch. With Chris, it's tough, man. You can have significant contact. His ass still going upfield, you know what I mean? So it's a difficult thing, but it makes me better. I wouldn't want to go against anybody else preparing for the season because you're not going to see that many times.
You got a center. Center is uncovered.
Yeah.
We would make a Lou or a Ron call.
Yeah.
Based on who the mic was.
Yeah.
Chris Jones is over there. We make a Ron call. But you're Trey Smith. And I watch Creed a lot of the times. He'll set away from you to leave you by yourself. Can you just maybe stand up and show us a stance? Show us, I want to see your stance and maybe teach a young kid what you're doing in 2026 with this Trey Smith stance of yours.
Okay, yeah, man. Yeah. So depending if it's a pass or obviously a run situation, 3rd and long, I like to get old 2-point stance, man. Just something comfortable. A lot of times coaches like it on the knees, but this is my comfortable set. Low hip, chest up, eyes up, ready to go. Run blocking, for me, it's simple, man. I'm just trying to get off that rock and get my feet in the ground. So for me, I try to balance it out a little bit, toe to the instep, sitting down. If I'm able to pick my hand up and go, I know I'm balanced. So in case we opted out, it's a pass or something, I can move any way I need to move in the stance. So for me, this is pretty much my general go-to. Ready to go, eyes up, this hand ready to fire at any moment. Pretty simple.
But when you're the guard, you're the right guard, and Humphreys is setting this way.
Yeah.
And you're one-on-one with Chris Jones or Quinnen Williams or Milton Williams.
Yeah.
What's your initial, how do you not get beat inside, and how do you handle the power rush? And you don't want to get edged on what's the first thing that you do when Humphreys is setting over here and you're one-on-one with this badass?
I think I got to identify what his alignment is. And a lot of times that's going to tell you. He's in a cock shake. How is he positioned based on my body? So a lot of times if he's tight, we teach a creep set, right? So a jump set. So a lot of times he's tight, man. I'm just getting this stance. I'm going to present with a 3-point first off just to give the optical illusion. Maybe it's still a run, maybe it's something else. But I'm looking at him, okay, now I'm looking at, is his hand full in the ground? Weight forward? Is he cocked in this position? I'm just trying to determine what he's doing and then base my set off that as well because I'm trying to dictate, especially in jump. He's a wide 3, 3rd and long situation. I'm going to go to 2-point stance, especially if I'm zeroed up in the long. So at that point, I feel like I pass set better out of a 2 at that point. If I'm not trying to jump him, if he's not close within range and be able to just get on his ass and grab him immediately, all right, let me help myself a little bit, right? For me, the elevation of my game, I got to get better with my inside hand. So for me this year, working on my sets, anytime I come out, this hand is up, ready to fire. So he goes inside, punch here, grab here. You know what I mean? Restrict, turn him. Been doing a little bit of work with Will Shields trying to get that all together, too.
Will Shields, you love this shit, don't you? You still love being an offensive guard?
That's the best shit ever.
You got $95 million. You don't need to do this anymore. What makes you still love it, man? It's a hard way to make a living.
It's a hard damn way. For me, man, dude, I made a promise to my mom, Rosetta Smith, man, I'm going to play in the NFL, and I fulfilled that, right? You know, God blessed me beyond what I ever expected in my life in every measure, right? You know, I got the contract of my dreams last year, and to me, I still have a lot to prove as a player. I still have standards that I have to uphold, you know, before I leave the game. And for me, you're never going to be perfect. You know, I have a coach, your guy, Cam Clemens, right?
Sure.
So he's with the 49ers, and we were talking to him. I met up with him the other day in the lobby. He was talking about Trent Williams. To me, Trent Williams is like a GOAT, right? And he was talking about how Trent, you know, when he first got there, not knowing what he'd be like, but Trent takes coaching. Trent's asking, what do you think about this? Oh, this is this, right? To me, Trent is one of the epitomes of where you could be as a left tackle in terms of talent, ability, and consistency, right? But Trent is still hungry. Trent is still trying to find out how he can be better at the game. I'm nowhere near Trent Williams, so I have no excuse to not be trying to learn, not trying to work my ass off to stay in the league, to earn my job. That when I go back to OTAs, training camp, I still have to earn my damn job every time I step on the field. So for me, I'm still learning, man. I love this game, right? As a young kid, looking up at, you know, for me, it was Alabama football players. I was a big Bama fan, right? Looking at those guys, man, and that was always my dream. And now I'm in this position where I'm here. Man, I want to be the best version that I can be, man. So I know there's a young guy out there right now that's working his ass off trying to take my job, right? I know there's a young kid that looks up to who I am as a player right now, right? I want to be the best version that I can be. You know, when I leave this game, I want to leave this game exhausted. So I gave it everything I had.
You've always stepped in the building, though, all business. I mean,
yeah.
I remember when you were at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Even in spring practice, I'm like, God dang, man. Fuck. There was that quote I saw, "Whoa, not go."
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Means, man, you better be going 1,000,000 miles per hour when you can tell you to slow down. We don't need to tell you, hey, pick it up. I want you to slow down because you're going too hard, man. That's why, hey, live by it. Live by it.
The Super Bowl, you're watching Seattle and New England.
Yep.
Both of these teams, they got a pretty good front.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know about Milton Williams real quick of
Yep.
the Patriots and Leonard Williams of the Seahawks. What do you see in those guys?
Yeah, Milton, I didn't see him much in the Super Bowl, I guess 2 years ago now, but great player. Looking at him, sudden quickness, big guy, he's strong as well. So a lot of times that can be a little deceiving, but, man, he does a lot of really good things in pass rush, able to win fast a lot of times, smart player, really tough, competitive. You know, with that Eagles front, that was sort of a common theme you saw. They like to kick people's asses, right? And Milton was definitely one of the big guys up there with Jalen as well and Jordan. So I really like him, respect him as a player. Leonard, man, I played him one time when he was with the Giants, and I think I might have been a rookie back then, but, man, just a savvy rusher. He's been good for a long time, right? He's been good for a long time, and some of the things he's able to do, set up. Byron Murphy's doing a hell of a job up there, too. Obviously, DeMarcus Lawrence, been doing it for a long time, but he's playing at a high level. And you look at these Super Bowl teams, a lot of times, man, they're winning because of the guys up front. So it's no surprise they're both in that situation.
So what makes you go, man? Tell me. Like outside of football, what fires you up in life?
Man, just the opportunity, man, just waking up. You know, never take it for granted. Never take the opportunity, man. I get to wake up, air in my lungs, man. I get to see that sunshine. I know there's work to do. I know I can help somebody out. I know there's something that God put me on earth to do in that day, in that moment. And for me, it's just trying to figure out what it is, man. And I think you just take it day by day. And for me, it's just like, man, I just want to give as much effort, enjoy life, love my family, man, as much as I can. And, you know, that's all you can do, man.
Now, your sister, Ashley, she works for the NFL, right?
Yeah, she does.
She's in player development?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been doing it for about 5 years now.
Yeah. What about vices? You got any vices? I mean, you got to have something. Barbecue, or you got to have something.
Yeah. No, I love to cook, man.
Yeah.
I cook on my Traeger. Really in the off season, not much during the season, too tired. But barbecuing a lot, video games, dude. I'm a big video gamer. That's how I sort of connect with my guys from like high school and college. Yeah. So that's sort of what I do. And then, man, binge watching Netflix shows and anything like that.
What kind of music you got?
I'm all over the place, man.
What are you listening
hip-hop.
to on the way to the stadium?
So it really depends on the mood. Like, if I have to be violent that day, I'm going to listen to some hip-hop, man. I'm going to turn some old school shit on, man, get right. But a lot of times, man, I'm going to listen to a podcast. I'm going to listen to some smooth music. Nothing too crazy. Just try to stay calm if I have to, you know. But that's pretty much my thing. A lot of times, man, I've been on like a weird one, hardcore history with Dan Carlin. So I've been listening to a lot of World War II history right now, man.
How old are you now?
26, excuse me.
Jesus, you've come a long way, man.
I know.
Thanks for joining me today.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, love you, brother. Let me ask you this real quick before you leave. Just I got to ask about Taylor Swift. I never really got into Taylor Swift's music until I started watching the Chiefs. Have you met her?
Oh, yeah. A couple times.
What's that like? I mean, is that like a circus?
Yeah. When she first came around, it was like the moment like, oh, shit, that's Taylor Swift. Like one of the best artists in the world. And, when we met her, it's like, damn, that was crazy. But I remember she made a comment about my sister like, oh, I love your dress, blah, blah. And then I remember the next time I met her, she remembered my name, remembered my sister, and asked how we were doing. And, man, just the more time I spent around her, the more it's evident that she's a great human being, extremely kind, personable. And, for a person of that stature, you don't always expect that, right? But she's been nothing short of that, man. She's been incredible. Really just a nice human being, man. And, if you were just sitting in a room and you had no idea who she was, you wouldn't be able to tell. And I think that's a really good indication of who you are as a human being, is how you treat people that really can't do anything for you, right? And she's always treated my family with love and respect. So I have nothing but great things to say about her.
Do you think Kelsey's going to come back? Have you heard?
Not sure, man. I don't know, man. I love Travis, man, regardless of what he does. And, I mean, hell, he's been such a great leader, a great force for our team. Talk about a guy who's going to bring juice and energy, man. It doesn't matter the circumstance, situation, like Trav's bringing it, man. And that's something I always love playing with him, man. Like, he's that type of guy, man. He's a catalyst for our team.
Well, I'd be stupid if I didn't ask how Pat's doing. Do you talk to Mahomes in his rehab? Is he going to be on schedule?
Yeah, without a doubt, man. If there's someone that, obviously has an injury like that I never wanted to see, but someone who's going to handle it the right way, is going to come back even stronger. I mean, 15 is going to be the guy. And, he's already working his tail off, man. Full confidence in him. And, love you, brother, man. Just keep going. And, like I said, he's going to keep coming back to be stronger than ever, because that's the type of guy. That's his DNA.
That guy's snap count's unbelievable. He gets me to jump off sides. I'm just over there coaching.
Yeah, man.
He does a great job in the pre-snap, getting the information that he needs.
Yeah.
Somehow you guys hang in there and don't false start every play, but there's a lot of shit going on before the ball is snapped, right?
Yeah, man. He's a field general, dude. Like, he sees it all, but it's not. Pat stays in the building. He stays watching film, helping set up the game plan, et cetera, wherever you have it. So anytime 15 goes on that field, he's always locked in, man. If you make some mistake, it's all, hey, okay, that's what I did, blah, blah. He'll tell you everything that happens before it happens, man. But that's just the level. That's the caliber of quarterback he is. That's what makes him so elite, so special. Like you said, with the combined brain ability skills, calculatory skills, man, and speed in the situation, but being super accurate. And also the crazy-ass talent this guy has, man. Yeah. He's done some things that, man, it takes my coach rewinding in practice. Like, oh, you guys didn't see this throw? Like, oh, shit, he did that? Like, how do you do this, That's just the cool part about playing with one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me,
man. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
God bless you, brother. Yep. Good to see you.
Good to see you.